I've always just thought for years that politicians on the left and right aren't being honest about economic problems in this country. Every election they talk about creating jobs or getting jobs back that aren't going to come back or happen. And, so I've heard of basic income before, and then when I found that someone else was running on it, I was sold. So
I don't subscribe that you have to get a job in order to prove that you're not lazy. There's plenty of work that is not contribute to the GDP bottom line that we all do. You just interviewed a person that talked about how they want to take care of their sick grandma, and that work, whether it contributes to the bottom line or not, is valuable as a human being. And it sucks that we live in an economy that doesn't value that type of work.
I have been working in a non-profit world for a couple of years, and I have been doing things to navigate people to different social benefits, and it's so frustrating because you have to meet a certain income guideline, you have to be a certain way in order to qualify those lifesaver social benefits, and it's so inefficient. We spend so many dollars in administrating those social benefits. But not everyone who needs it gets it.
I started out with Universal Basic Income from Give Directly, which is a program for foreign aid where they give money to people, and it's people bought what they needed. People who needed a goat bought a goat. People who needed a roof bought a roof. Another house for someone who didn't have one. Everybody bought what they needed.
What I think in terms of UBI and Andrew Yang, how he pays for it is really interesting, because practically he's supporting small businesses by funding it in part by taxing large businesses like Amazon. So really, he's not only putting money in people's pockets through UBI directly, but he's also helping the economy further compete with gigantic corporations like Amazon and Google.
I think it would make us a more community-based culture. I think it would encourage us to reach out to the people around us instead of relying so heavily on individualism, because right now it's very cutthroat. It's very stepping on the other people so that you can get a leg up. And I think that this would help us realize that we're all kind of in this together. And if we lean on each other, we can make really great things happen.
I've personally never seen a candidate in my lifetime approach the American experience so holistically. He is trying to address things from job insecurity, like I mentioned before, mental health, financial literacy. He also wants to take care of veterans, take care of small business owners, address big corporation tax loopholes. I think that I've never personally seen a candidate who is willing to dive so deep into these issues and really focus on what impacts the everyday American experience. I feel like I've always been able to point out ways that other candidates have been missing a really big part of the picture in terms of how their policies are going to affect everyday American life. And I don't think that's the case with Andrew Yang.